Hey everybody, in this video, we're going to be talking about the derivative of the cosine function. The big question is, what is d dx of cosine x? So what we're going to do is apply the formal definition of a derivative. F prime of x equals the limit as h goes to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x over h. Plugging in cosine, we get f prime of x equals the limit as h goes to 0 of cosine x plus h minus cosine x over h. In order to solve this limit, we're going to use a trig identity. Cosine a plus b equals cosine a cosine b minus sine a sine b. That means f prime of x equals the limit as h goes to 0 of cosine x cosine h minus sine x sine h minus cosine x all over h. Now we're going to use some clever algebra. Let's swap the cosine x and the sine x sine h terms. Then we can factor out a cosine x. That leaves us with the limit as h goes to 0 of cosine x times cosine h minus 1 minus sine x sine h all over h. Now we can use the limit law to separate the limits, because the limit of a difference is the difference of the limits. I can also move the cosine x and the sine x in front of the limits, because we're taking the limit as h goes to 0, and cosine x and sine x don't have any h's in their equation. In order to solve the limit as h goes to 0 of sine h over h, I'm going to graph the limit as x goes to 0 of sine x over x. We can observe graphically that this limit approaches a height of 1 as x goes to 0. So that means the limit as h goes to 0 of sine h over h equals 1. To solve the limit as h goes to 0 of cosine h minus 1 over h, we're going to graph the limit as x goes to 0 of cosine x minus 1 over x. We can observe graphically that this limit approaches a height of 0 as x approaches 0. That means the limit as h goes to 0 of cosine h minus 1 over h equals 0. Now we can cancel out terms in our equation, and we can see that we're left with negative sine x. We got it! The derivative of cosine x is negative sine x. And that's something that you want to memorize and truly understand in order to rock calculus.